So tonight we're going to have the debut of a new segment called Game Boy is Unbreakable. I did not have time to make a proper image for this. I had to work today. I will likely do so at some point so we can use this for future journeys into the Game Boy sphere. And the reason we're doing this today is because today is the 31st anniversary of the Game Boy being released in Japan. I love the Game Boy. I had the brick. I've had like every iteration of the Game Boy. No, almost every iteration. I think I skipped. I skipped some of the stranger like the late stage Game Boy Colors or Game Boy SPs. One of the two. I forget. I know I had original. I had color. I had advance. And I had SP. One with the backlight. It was a fantastic system, the Game Boy, and the original one in particular is essentially indestructible. There's a very famous image that you can Google. Google. Let me see. What are the exact terms that I used? I'll just look at my search history because I was looking at it today. It was Game Boy. Game Boy survives bombing, still works. That's the name of the article that has it in there. And the thing is in like a museum. In fact, let me get this image for you. I'll bring it up real fast. Yes, bombed GameBoy.jpg, one of my favorite .jpgs. Let me bring it up. This is from the Geekology article on it. I'll only bring it up briefly. You can see what I am talking about. I'm trying to drag it in and it's not working. I'll have to add it manually. What am I? My dragon ad isn't working so well. Yes, here it is. Got a Game Boy that survived actually being blown up in a bombing attack. And it still works. That's a classic image. You'll see that all over the place. And the original Game Boy really was, like, impossible to destroy. I'm pretty sure I dropped, like, I was, what, 4? 3, 4 when I got a Game Boy? I was a dumb kid with clumsy hands. And the thing was huge, so I know I dropped them like a bazillion times. But that thing kept on kicking. It still works. It's back at my parents' house in Pittsburgh, and the last time I was there, I tried it out just to see if it still worked, and it totally does. So, Game Boy is Unbreakable is going to be the name of the segment where we play classic Game Boy games. And since the Trials of Mana remake comes out next week, I thought we would go back to the beginning of that series. So let's switch over here. So, Final Fantasy Adventure was the first Mana game, and it's essentially Square making a Zelda game. It's very good, and it's pretty short. It's only about 3 or 4 hours long. The collection of mana on the Switch has... It actually has the European version on here as well, which is... let me just boot it up real fast. Oh, what is... No, this is not acceptable. Hang on. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. So, in Europe, the game is called Mystic Quest, not to be confused with Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, which came out a little later on the Super Nintendo, and was made, I believe it was made by the team that made Saga 3. It's a lot of the sprites and mechanics and everything is identical, but we're not going to play the European version. And let's get this out of here. Select game version, and go to regular English. And of course we're going to play it on the original Game Boy screen, with dot matrix enabled. Let me make sure I got that enabled. Game guide on, what's that? Continue. Alright. So here it is. If you never played it, this is the first game in the Mana series. This game is one of the ones that really had to work with only having 4 letters with which to name most things. And it really dances around the limited space on the cartridge, which you can see in some of the text here. Gives eternal power to the one who touched it. The English isn't the best either. Should probably use touches there instead of touched. A lot of it's very literal. So you start off with naming a hero and a heroine. I'm going to go with the apparent canonical names. I just found out this today when I was looking up, when this game came out. But apparently the boy is canonically named Sumo, and the girl is canonically named Fuji. I can only assume that whoever wrote the story, which I believe was Kitase, who also had a hand in FF7, must have been a fan of sumo wrestling and mountain climbing. Maybe Fujiko from Lupin. Alright, this game starts you off with a fight. It's very much like Zelda. You move around in 4 directions, you swing a sword, you have an ineffectual boss that can't do anything, except explode. You actually take damage when it explodes. So you start off as a slave, gladiator. You gotta fight every day. Or the aptly named Dark Lord. Apparently he really is just named Dark Lord. I've got the Japanese version of the collection. I've played through it. And one of the things that really surprised me when I was playing through it is that this guy's name really is Willy. Like when this came out, or when I played this, I remember seeing this part and thinking only of Free Willy, and just laughing every time. But apparently he really is named Willy. The game itself was originally conceived as being called Gemma Knights. That didn't happen in the end. It was changed. It was Seiken Densetsu Final Fantasy Gaiden in Japan. And it was changed to Final Fantasy Adventure here. And Seiken Densetsu became its own series, which is Mana over here. Willy, no! So, a lot like Final Fantasy II, for NES, this game kills off a lot of characters. Like, it's actually instantaneous. The first guy you meet, dead. And we can meet the remaining fellow gladiators, who aptly remark that we need to get out of here. Amanda has a name, so she's going to be important later. This guy is not. But he does give us a hint that we can head out the gate where they let the monsters in. Apparently they just bring them in from the outdoors. You just get out of here and go. Alright, so we get a second jackal. That's who this is. The only real way to get killed by this guy is to get too aggressive with him. But that's fine. Can't get back in once you're out. And we happen to just run right into the villains. Dark Lord on the left, Julius on the right. Soundtrack, by the way, in this game is excellent. The Mana series is known for its great music. How do we get up the waterfall? And Julius posits that it's the same as how magnets work. So a girl has a key to it. What are the odds that it's the girl we named at the start? 85? 90%? Unfortunately, Julius... excuse me. Julius disappearing puts us directly in the view of Dark Lord, and the jig is up. Wish I had a cough button. Or at least a button that worked. You know, when I press it, and not the fourth time that I press it. Alright, we've seen too much, and so we get kicked off a waterfall. That's 1, 2, 3, 4... 4 screens worth of waterfall. That's probably fatal. Or not. Just a concussion. It's fine. Get back in the game. And the game begins properly. Got some goblins, got Mushboom. Guys are all very basic enemies. You want more goblins than Mushbooms. They're worth more cash, and money is actually kind of important in this game. Because there's a mix of equipment that you buy and equipment that you find. And some of the bought equipment is really expensive. Should be getting a level soon. I need to kill one more thing to get a level. Help. Big help. Alright, so first level up. Let's go for power. I think power's correct. So let's see, stats. I believe stamina is defense, power is attack, wisdom is for magic attack, and will is the speed that your gauge at the bottom of the screen goes up. You can see it down there, it resets every time I attack. But if it's full and you use it, then you get a super move, which varies depending on the weapon you equip. Alright, so Hasm's got a serious wound. I'm sure we're not going to get 2 deaths in 5 minutes. Oh, but no, this is early square. No punches pulled. Hasm also dead. Passed away. So that is, that's 2 deaths now. Willie and Hasm, both dead. That's, 50% of all the non-villain NPCs, and, you know, if we account for the fact that the villains are totally going to die in the future, that's, 4 out of 6 characters that we have met who are dead within the first few minutes of the game. Now that we have a partner, we have use of the Ask command. We'll get to that in a moment, but essentially each character who is your companion has their own signature ability, and the Ask command does it. Unfortunately for some people, that ability is talk. So it's not always useful. Okay, there we go. We took a hit. So you can ask for help. And her ability is to regenerate health for a little bit. Alright. So nearby we've got the town of Topple. NPCs can be a bit of a pain. They like to get in your way. And if they do, you can't push them out, because conversations are automatically initiated by, yes, the Secret of Mana. Ah, future name drop. Conversations initiate automatically when you bump into an NPC. Alright, that sounds like somebody we should go see. Former gallant knight by the waterfalls? Yep. I'll take it. Hello. So yeah, if NPCs get in your way, you can, like, swing your sword at them to get them out of the way, which is a little violent. Iron 140, huh? Yeah, I'm good. I'm not gonna... I don't see any strong reason to grind for a pile of money. Tree of Mana, watching us from above the clouds. Protects us from the evil things. Your sword swings are also, I believe they're more powerful the more that gauge is full, just in general. Now, none of these enemies have dropped boxes, so we've got no healing items yet. The only number I need to get to is 100 gold. That gets you a weapon. Oh, we gotta get over to the waterfalls somehow. Gotta be careful around this area. The monsters here are a little more advanced, and they can do a lot of damage to you if they get you. That's one thing that this game does very strangely. So, like, take, I think it's this screen. These two screens, or these two parts of the screen, are part of wildly different areas. But luckily this one uses the enemy pool of the starting area, not the area it's actually in. Actually, no, I'm wrong. This is not, that's not the screen I'm thinking of. But what item did I get? Is it candy? Okay, let's equip the candy. It's a basic healing item. It heals instantly as opposed to over time. We also get the first Rabite of the game. Love some Rabites. Go for power stamina first. Rabites became a mainstay of the series. They are super adorable. And starting in Secret of Mana, they find ways to upgrade and make them more dangerous as the game goes on. See, the candy isn't a great heal item, it only healed 8. And you have to re-equip items every single time, so it's a bit of a pain. Still, no reason not to use the items. Bogard? What's a Bogard? You have to talk to this guy 3 times to get the plot to progress. I wonder how many people got stuck here. Like, there are plenty of places that people have famously gotten stuck in this game, but I wonder if this is one of them. Bogard is, of course, the Gemini. You know, back when the last evil empire was around, because they just keep cropping up, apparently, Bogard fought. So he was the hero of a game that we never got to see. Which is always something I thought was really interesting. Well, I kind of want to play Bogard's game someday. So the previous owner of the pendant turned the tides of battle. Alright, cave on the east side of the mountains. Now to break the rocks in the cave. So one of the things that this game did that was interesting, but not great, and was retired after this game, was have consumable items that were mandatory to get through areas, instead of just progression items, like a regular Zelda game. And the first of these is the Matic, which is used, it's used like bombs in Zelda. It's essentially bombs, is what it is. And if you happen to run out in a dungeon where they are required, which is many dungeons, you could just be out of luck and have to restart the whole game, depending on whether or not you saved. So yeah, it's possible to softlock yourself, essentially. I have never actually done that, though, fortunately, and I doubt that I will do it this time. Now, there is, later on, something that gets you around the Matic problem, but there's never anything that gets you around the problem of the other consumable item, which is keys. Unlike Zelda, where keys are specifically placed in dungeons. Oops. That's a mistake. Oh well. Where keys are placed in dungeons at set points, and, you know, even if you somehow manage to screw everything up, you can always go to the shop and buy more, because doors don't lock behind you. In this game, they are only found in item boxes or at shops. So item boxes, I mean random drops from certain enemies, in particular skeletons. Get it? Skeleton keys? Haha. Yeah. Oops. But you can run out. And doors lock behind you if you go, I think, 2 screens away? 2 screens away or 1 floor. So, oh yeah, this is the screen. That's right in between. So this half is the beginning area, and the right half of it is kind of a late game area. But it still pulls monsters from the early area, fortunately. Yeah, I knew it was around here. Alright, we'll get a wisdom point here, since we are going to get spells. We don't want to go completely all physical, because the spells in this game are useful in many cases. Alright, so we wanted to get to 150 GP. I thought it was 100, but it's 150. Glad we got that much. And so we get a new weapon. I will also buy a pack of keys while we're here. Cure potions a little too much. That gets us our first weapon. So much like in Secret of Mana, there's a wide variety of weapons, and they all play differently. They all have different super moves. The axe can chop down trees. Specifically trees. And it's better against stuff like this. Flowers and plant-type monsters. Not the best against that jellyfish. But not too bad. Don't think it works on that Mudman at all, though, so I'm going to avoid him for now. Now note that it doesn't work on these. They're kind of, sort of plants. So Wendell is here to the south, but progression is blocked, so we gotta look for something that's going to clear these out. You can see, did not work on the Mudman at all. But luckily, there's a place where we can get information right over here. Wow! How convenient. Got a pretty spooky soundtrack, though. I'm sure that's nothing. I'm sure this place is totally fine and above board, and nothing could ever go wrong here. Oh, cats, great. This is like the Motel 6 of Final Fantasy. They always keep the light on for us. See? Rooms ahead are unoccupied. And it's free! What could possibly go wrong? Alright, well, Mr. Lee's room is over there, that's fine. But let's just see who else is here. Oh, there's a White Mage. Lizardmen's Nest is to the south. They have the key to open the Cave of Marsh. So, much like Final Fantasy I, there's a marsh cave here. Although, this marsh cave is nowhere near as bad as the Final Fantasy I. Mystic Mirror reveals people's true colors. The man here threw it away in a cave. I wonder if it could be a marsh cave. And why would this very helpful person chuck it in a cave anyways? Sure. Let's get out of the way, Fuji, because I'm just going to throw an axe at him just in case. See, he's invincible. He doesn't need to be afraid of mirrors. It's fine. Alright, so let's rest. Now, Fuji, sick of me continually running my face into bees, says, you know, maybe you should learn how to cure. Can't always be around, you know? So we get our first spell. Cure spell. Ah, new victim. Well now. Take things that aren't particularly surprising for 400. Let's ask the helpful man here. Rooms ahead are occupied, not for Mr. Lee anymore. Friend, don't know her. These two gonna be of any more help? Nope, just the Marsh Cave hint. Alright, well, if the guy here isn't going to be helpful, and it's clear that he is not, then let's go get that mirror. Now, the first thing we're going to need is the key to the Marsh Cave. Ah, pure, excellent. That is a, this cures poison. And a lot of things can poison on contact. So it's nice to have some pure potions around. So yeah, now that we know that this is the Lizardmen's nest, there are Lizardmen everywhere. Drop cure potions. Should be handy. In fact, gonna be handy right now. Feeding them all drops a bronze key. And actually, you can get a bunch of bronze keys if you want. There's no reason to, but you can. It's just a failsafe built in the game because you can lose or use the bronze key, and it will go away. Just in case you need another one, you can get it. Oops. Finish off this pack first. Inventory space is limited in this game, so you do need to use the stuff. So first off, we got a red mage. A friend is missing, yep. Apparently that happens all the time. Not the best. Captain Casket's in the basement. Great. Great. That basically means the place is run by vampires. Yeah, we will get some help from a friendly red mage. And his ask command is just some advice. Tells you about destructible walls, and gives you the existence of the Morning Star. Yes, the Morning Star is a future weapon that acts as a Matic. It's also just very strong in general. That's the sound we're looking for. And so, we can open it up. Nice. Let's get some more power. I would like to be one-shotting things whenever possible. And luckily these bubbles drop Matics. Got our first locked door. Leads to a puzzle. A very easy one. Baby puzzle, even by Zelda standards. That leads to a healing spring. And that's it. Now we got 3 keys, right? Locked doors are often one way, but not always. I don't really know what these enemies are. One of them looks like a roper. That kind of plant thing. The other's sort of fish. Come on, Red Mage, more fireballs. I can't damage the bubble, so I really need him to do something about this. Locked. Now, there's a rudimentary map in the game. we can check and see that we're not just going into the same room, so that's at least useful. But as we go in, the door locks behind us. Well, at least we haven't wasted a key. There is a piece of equipment. Shields don't really impact your physical defense, but they do impact what kind of projectiles you can block. But it appears we went the wrong way. Doors, by the way, will only appear in the center of the wall in each of the 4 cardinal directions. So you don't need to swing your axe at every part of a wall looking for a hidden door. They are only going to be in the centers. Let's get a wisdom. Your spells are also influenced by the bar at the bottom. They will be stronger. Or Maddox. Well, I should be set on Maddox for a while. One thing that makes the game tricky is how kind of random the enemy movements are. They can be very difficult to predict. Hello! Welcome in. Whoop. Hang on, we gotta do a combo here. That didn't go the best. Now I'm just kind of wishing... Oh, no! That was very nearly death. Are you gonna be around again? Good. That's great. I just got done with Final Fantasy VII Remake, so I'm playing shorter games. Playing a few shorter games. I'm probably going to do the Trials of Mana Remake when it eventually arrives next week. But I wanted to get in this, because it's only like a few hours long. As well as, I want to play a Mega Man. I think I want to play 4. So that's the plan for this week. And we get the Sickle. Another weapon upgrade. This one clears out the plants. Oh, now one thing I should note, the final chapter of FF7 Remake is, so the license granted to stream and post videos of the game requires you not to post the last chapter. So if you want to see that, I would check it out while it is still available on Twitch, because I cannot upload it on the full channel. I remember people had the same problems with Dragon Quest XI. Got plenty of Maddox, got no keys. That is how it be. Yes, that's something that I, oh. All this poisoning is taking a toll on me. It occurs to me that I haven't saved it all since I started the game. If I had died, that would be run over. Run over. Gotta restart. Just occurred to me that I should do that. That it was in fact very possible to die. Oh, more Maddox. I need keys. Come on, skeletons. I think I'm just gonna avoid that fish. Just got even more Maddox. I know I mentioned the possibility of running out, but, like, it's not that possible. Very difficult. And Maddox are the things that they give you a weapon to replace, eventually. I'm always sad that the Morning Star didn't make it to Secret of Mana. This is very cool. Alright, bottom floor. Oops. Now, I believe you can use the axe to take out these things. Not the Skelemans, but, yeah, there we go. Just kind of cut through over here. So this door is locked. And the puzzle in this room is pretty simple. You just have to step on both switches. Not even at the same time, you just have to, step on both of them. Do a save right here, because it's boss time. It's kind of a pain because it spends a lot of time not being hittable. Not by you anyways, but your red mage friend helps out quite a bit. Basically, the weak points are the head. I too am weak to getting fireballs to the dome. So I can relate. I like this boss theme, but the game has others that are better. The game has like 4 different boss themes, and they're all pretty good. They're good at worst. Alright, got some fire magic. And the mirror. He'll scream and show his true colors. Bye! Well, all this is great information. What I do need, though, is keys. I need more keys and less Maddox. I have so many. Alright, well, exciting as life on the edge of running out of keys and soft walking is, let's go. Come back here. Let's see if he has any other items. Alright, buy a couple of those. I'm gonna buy some cures because I'd like to use my magic for fireballs. Buy one of those. Sell off some of these magics. I think just 2 of them, though. Oh. Boy, that's, I don't need the bronze key anymore. That can go in the trash. You can see the inventory space is pretty limited. Let's just try to get these things into a usable... Okay. Let me put the mirror on. One thing I like about this dungeon is that there's just a free heal spot. It's just right there. My favorite thing about this free heal spot, we will see later, once we finish the dungeon. No, that's right, I have to keep the mirror. Let's see, yeah. That mirror... Oh, surprise, he's a werewolf. That's fine, though, because... we'll just set him on fire. And then the mirror goes away, its use... or its purpose having been fulfilled. Give him the fire! Not power. I will actually take another point of wisdom here, since we're using attack magic now. Oh, pillow. It's a spell item. Spell item that casts sleep. So yeah, fire can dissolve these bubbles. Oh, sure, now we get free keys. I get it. You also need fire for the zombies. I don't think you can hurt them with your regular weapons. Why don't we use these pillows? They're one-shot items, but they will cast sleep, which hits an entire room worth of enemies. And essentially just stops them from moving for a little bit. Like here. Didn't work on everybody, but stopping the mice is still pretty good. I want to say this is a room where you just got to kill all the enemies, but don't quote me on that. Maybe not. Alright, well, we got that other pillow for the way out. Oh, well, not gonna need it. This is a much more favorable enemy configuration. Nope, the key is a bombable wall. Or rather, a breakable wall. No bombs in this game. The pumpkins, by the way, a lot of these enemies went on to become mainstays of the Mana series. And the pumpkins are one of them, although they explode in the future games. I'm really glad that mouse didn't just run straight through the walls. Lots of enemies are kind of incorporeal and can just walk straight through obstacles. They are a pain. Alright, so first let's head the wrong way and see why it's the wrong way. We cannot pass. We're going to need another weapon to get past here. Which anybody who played Secret of Mana will know what it is. Don't want to step on those spikes, they will probably kill me. Max willpower for the sickle drastically increases the length. And here we have our prize, the chain. It's a chain whip. Everybody loves to whip it. Whip it good. Whips allow you to latch onto those poles and swing to them Indiana Jones style. Don't really need more keys right now. With the limited inventory space, I would rather stock some more usable items, attack items, cure potions, that sort of thing. I think I'm good with keys for now. That's another thing, like, I did my final thoughts on FF7 Remake a while back, but, I really liked how useful the attack items were. Because I don't think they were very useful in the original. But it's nice to have, you know, grenades and stuff be good. You get so many of them. Alright, so here the trick is that you need to wait for your willpower bar to build. Much like the sickle, the length of the chain increases at max or close to max willpower. So if we just let it tick up, we can cross the gap and not fall into the hole. I believe all there is down there is enemies. Now, if that owl had died on this side, on my side of the ravine, then we could have skipped the wait because the crystal fully fills your bar immediately. And that's the way down, if memory serves. This is where I want to go. I don't believe there's any equipment or anything in here. Alright, the puzzle broke a little bit. Yep. Yep, it's on the Switch. On it. You know? Got it. Yes, that looks like a proper ominous door. And it's locked. Good. You just love to see it. Room full of coffins. Every time. Let's see. Anyone alive in here? Yes. So we got Fuji back. That means free casts of regen. I like pillows as an item. I think it's funny that you just have this big fluffy pillow and everybody around you falls asleep. That room was a little tricky. Sometimes the enemies just spawn right up in your grill. And that is a one-way passage, I believe. It does not appear. Well, I mean, you saw it's not there when you come down the stairs, but it makes for a convenient exit. Don't know if you can Matic that, but I don't really feel like going back and checking. It's not a speed run, but I do like this game because it's quick and it's fun. It's got a great soundtrack. Obviously not going to finish it all tonight. I learned from the 6-hour Final Fantasy stream that, you know, maybe don't. Thought, you know, no, I can knock it out in one night. But, oh, see, there you go. Sometimes you get a very powerful mouse that just doesn't care about collisions. Now, the Wisdom Crystal. So, regular crystal fills your bar at the bottom. Wisdom Crystal, I believe, just increases your stat for magic attack stat by a significant amount. And I think it may just be for your next spell, but I can't confirm that for sure. Oh, I went the wrong way. I didn't want to use that MP, but oh well. Yeah, I did go the wrong way. It's this way. Also, your map... Well, I thought it reset when you went up and down. Oh no, that's only... So there's some dungeons where there's like, you do part of a dungeon and go back to the overworld and do another part. That's when your map resets. Much more manageable enemy configuration. And let me just do a save real fast, because... That's my victim! Come on, man! My victim! Because you get attacked by a vampire. He shoots bats. You can attack and destroy the bats, though. Bats do a lot of damage if they hit you. I say as I get hit. is obviously preferable to not get hit. There is no saving time by taking damage here. Now, I always find the vampires funny in the Mana series because they kind of behave like flashers. Feels just really inappropriate. Alright, Wendell's to the south. Let's go. Slep. That's my favorite thing to do. I love to slep. I love to slep in. I don't need to use it quite yet. I've got Pillow still. But I'm probably going to use it on the Lizardmen. Yeah, there's just a lot of them. Now, they can still attack while they're sleeping, which is a little weird. But I just need them to not be in the way. We can get into the Bronze Key if we want, but I don't want. Let's get my fire up. Watch out for that poison. Now, all of this menuing, I think that's one of the reasons why they came up with the whole ring command system in Secret of Mana. Is just constantly going to other screens when you could just have the options pop up right in front of you. Is silly. I love the ring menus from the Mana games. I think that's one of the best innovations they came up with. I don't know what these are, kind of elephant guys? Maybe they're moblins? I don't know. They've got candy. For all the good that is. Oh, good. Wendell, the Sacred Town. Wendell is kind of a constant in the Mana series, except for Secret. There is no Wendell in Secret of Mana. Alright, Broad, Iron, Iron, Iron. I skipped the Helm earlier and Topple because I didn't want to grind, but now that I have the money, let's get some equipment action. I was just thinking, yeah, why don't I sell the broadsword? I don't need it. Get rid of it. That would be a little silly, though. I'm not gonna sell my only sword. Now, when I get a new sword, it's out. Tiv is in here. Great. Waterfalls make all of our rivers flow. They also make blood flow out of my skull when I fall off of them. Nature. Good. Alright, plot dump time. Let's do it. Now somehow Bogard got the message out that we were coming. I don't know if this pendant ever appears again in another Mana game. I don't think it does. I don't remember it appearing anywhere else. Music's so good. Alright, here's the important stuff. The seeds of the mana tree. A little ominous. So is this like a hollow recording or a ghost? I never really understood what this vision is. Glaive in future translation is called Grants, Grensel, something like that. I always know of it as Glaive. Oh hey, it's our friend the Red Mage. How helpful he is. Where did he take her? He attacked me from behind. Well, that doesn't sound like our friendly Red Mage. Why, he would never sick Rablights on the town. No, not ever. Surprise! Julius was the Red Mage. Big rip. And he was spying. What a jag. Glaives have her in our hands. Oh, that's another concussion for sure. So the good news is that, after half of the NPCs dying within the first 5 minutes, we've had a pretty good survival rate. Since. Not counting anybody who was just killed in this attack. I think everybody survives. Except that guy out front. He's dead. The next part of the game is a chase. You gotta chase after Julius's airship and get on board it and get Fuji off of it. To help out, Sibba gives us heal. That's, I think it just heals poison. Because you can't use it when you're Moogled. Maybe it cures Dark as well, but Dark is barely even a thing. Oh yeah, there's nothing over here. Actually, if we came here before that scene, we would have found the Red Mage. And he'd be like, hey, how's it going? Alright, so the clue is west. That's basically it. With our upgraded shield, we can shove these guys out of the way. It's funny. Can't use that dock yet, but we will. We'll be able to. Meanwhile, the bees. Not the bees. They're a good candidate to get slept. Just a little too mobile. There's a pole down there, but let's do this cave first. It's the Dwarf Cave. Welcome to the Dwarf Cave. It's a very happy, jolly place. Gaia has its own will and feelings. It likes silver. Gaia is a cave with eyeballs. It's got like googly eyes. Oh, okay, Watts went to the mine looking for some silver. All of this seems very useful and important information. Indeed it is. Used to play at the old mine with Watts. Want to use the trolley? You have to oil it. Aha, a store to the south. Okay. The airship went to the west. That's the Gaia Pass. Well, all the clues are in place now. We gotta do a dungeon. Get the silver. And that will get us to the airship. Or to the vicinity of the airship. First, crabs with nectar. I don't remember what nectar does. I'm pretty sure the manual has a description, but the game doesn't actually let you see the manual. If you go for manual, it just gives you this. Just the controllers. Which is a bit of a pain because the... so I have the Japanese version of this collection. And it comes with all of the manuals as like PDFs in-game. Now I know that Trials was never released over here until the collection came out, but like even if you're not going to have a manual for the third game, even though you should at least scan the other two and put them out there. Don't believe the website has them either. I think I checked when this came out, but I don't remember offhand. Ah. So that's Gaia. It's got eyeballs. It's a little weird. And let me just show you what happens if you try to go in without doing the quest. What? Don't walk in my mouth. Ooh. Spooky. Bizarre. You get another point of power here. I think my general distribution is going to be like 2 points of power versus 1 point of wisdom. I don't need magic that badly. It's a lot easier and more reliable to just stab things. If you give me just a moment, I need more water. I'm really drying out today. It's getting hot. It's gonna be like 80 tomorrow. Oops, I wish I had air conditioning. That would make all of this a whole lot easier. Oh well. Alright. So the mine... is up here. You can get through the trees right there. There's kind of a small tree maze around here. There we go. Oops. Along with an extra shop. Yeah, I gotta take these guys out. Maybe I should put more points into wisdom to make the sleep last longer. Oh, it's an inn. I thought it was a shop. Oh well. That is fine. Inn, shop, they're both useful. And we find the silver mine. So this part is kind of fun. It's the, it's a minecart level. So we just equip, the candy out of here. We just equip this. And use it here. And now we get the exciting minecart ride. What we learned is don't flip the first switch. We'll leave this one. It's very fast. Hit that one. And that one. And that should get us to where we need to go. Our third concussion of the game. He really needs to wear a better helmet. Or at least a visible helmet. Like, I know he's got a helmet equipped, but like, Watts here knows what's up. He's got a helmet. He's got horns and everything. Now, why don't they put the shop next to the dungeon, you might ask? And the answer is because if you ask, Watts has some very useful things that he's willing to sell you. Including stuff for petrification and mooglage, which I don't even think you can use. The most interesting thing he's got is the X-Cure, but at least you know that while you have Watts on your team, you're not going to run out of stuff. But you will be attacked by angry living treasure boxes. And it's just something you'll have to live with. That was not solid. Actually, you know what? Let's help Watts out. Let's give him a little fundage. And buy a Matic. I believe we're at the end of the dungeon already. No, not quite. I remember it being really short, but I guess it's not that short. I love this dungeon music, though. It's really eerie. Gotta get these spiders. Spiders are a lot less nasty in this game than many of the other games I've been playing lately. We do want to make sure we kill as many of them as possible, though. We need money. This thing is not the toughest boss. Watts helps out by throwing axes. He's got very limited number of movement patterns. There's no real randomization to it. So if you were to say, speedrun this, you wouldn't be very difficult. Presumably because you'd be good at the game. I am merely okay. I get hit a lot in stupid ways. But you can see the pattern here. Is, it's like Pac-Man. He goes off one side of the screen and comes out the other. Megapede. I will let you in if you wear them. Now, I don't appreciate that we have to walk back to the dwarf cave. That's kind of a pain. Especially because it means we gotta go back in the menu and chop our way back and sleep some bees. Slept some bees. But it's fine. Have a nap. I won. One of these days, I'd like to just take a nap. Alright, here we go. Made some things. Now, the most important of these is the silver sword. It has special properties. It can destroy certain monsters that regular swords can't. Very, very useful item. Silver sword. Also a nice upgrade as well. There is no silver helmet, though. I always thought that was weird. Oh well. And now I don't think we need the broadsword anymore. Anything else we don't need? Yeah, I'll keep the rest of it. I just need to aggressively use my items. I think that's one of the things that game designers underestimated back when they put, inventory limits. I think a lot of the times, inventory limits weren't necessarily to try to force the player to make difficult choices. I think a lot of times they just didn't allocate as much memory to item lists and because they figured players would just use all their items, and as opposed to hoard them. but historically we know what actually happens. Well, I try not to be that way. I like using my items. That's why I am, in fact, the item master. This is kind of a tricky puzzle. If you go through, this happens. Door closed, door open. The key is to just stand there. That's enough to open the door. It's another one of those places where you can get stuck. Now, Bogard. You wonder what was up with the Item Master thumbnail? Yep. I figured I hadn't given FF7 its own image. But I was just chugging so many potions throughout it, and specifically getting a lot of really good use out of the Item Master materia, that, well, there was really only one choice, wasn't there? Alright, we're healing at a lake up north, huh? He's helping. How does he help? Demonites can use the special powers of weapons. Try and see when your willpower is full. Thanks, Bogard. Bogard also bought a silver sword. Good for him. That was the correct choice. Is the final chapter just the last VOD? It's like the last 2 hours of it, I think. It starts at the, I believe it starts after you fight the machine on the highway. I don't remember quite when I got to it because it was really tired. Oh, nectar. Luckily, the Silver Shield is strong enough to block those weird stars that it throws. That's good. So yeah, the last VOD has chapters 17 and 18, and I think the end of 16 as well. Let's see. Oh, where have you hidden your airship, Julius? Where indeed? Of course, just like in Zelda, your shield goes down when you're attacking. Oh, there's the silver helmet. $6.99, nice. I don't know that I ever really came over here. I'm gonna sell these nectars. I don't think I'm gonna use them. The Wisdom Crystal, I might use. You know, I'm probably gonna sell this crystal as well. It's just, it's so valuable that I don't think there's any points where I really am gonna need a special move, but I can't just wait for it. I think that's the wrong way, though. Wrong way. Yes, that looks much better. That appears to be a lake up north. Yeah, like right here. I could use a crystal, or I could just, you know, wait 5 or 6 seconds. Of course, I have to actually have the patience to wait 5 or 6 seconds, otherwise it won't work. But I think the 500 gold is more valuable than those 10 seconds. Yeah, let's get a little power. Now these, I believe you can hit with the silver sword, and that's it. Yes, you can. Now those cloud things, they came back in Secret of Mana as well. They are an enemy that I enjoy because they're so strange. Also, flammable. Alright, time for another dungeon. Yeah, let's get that sleep spell up. I really like the tile set for the ship. And then there's just some guy. Monsters on 5 screens, and then this guy who's like, hey, you know, there's a girl being held in a room. Helpful guy. Silver Sword also works on the bubbles, which luckily in future games don't require a special sword. Gotta watch out for these eyeballs. They can Moogle you, and that could be death. Just avoid the ghost. The ghost is a real pain. Get back to work. Well, it's nice of them to point out the path, isn't it? Just keep them sleeped. Oh, so here's darkness. This is basically the blind type status effect. Yeah, it's completely useless. The NPC broke chat rules. It did! That's true. I should ban him. Well, he got stabbed, so that's probably worse. That one's just walking on spikes. I don't even want to talk to him. Locked. That seems like a good sign. Aha! But yes, once we get to this point, the airship takes off. And now we're on a flying airship. How we are going to escape this, or what the plan is to escape this, I got nothing. Now, one great feature of this airship is that it comes with private cabins, customized with your own choice of werewolves. You can have as many as you want. No one will tell you no. And you can legit sleep in this bed. It's just, you know, it's just weird, and it's there, but I like it. Silver Sword also works on these zombies, which your other weapons do not. That was a mistake, but let's just say I was demonstrating what happens when you step on spikes. Alright, check the map. Oh, look. So the sword has 2 special moves. One is the one you just saw, and the other is if you hold down the button instead of... Rather, if you hold down the sword button instead of hitting sword in a direction, you will spin to win, like this. Many years ago, Darklord found a baby in a cave at the waterfalls near Glaive. That's Julius. Can't believe Julius is a cave baby. Disguised as a wizard, disguised as a mage. How deep does this conspiracy run? Alright, that should be enough power for a while. I should really consider getting more wisdom. Oops, thought I had sleep up. I don't. I do like that they get most of the enemies that we faced so far into this place. Oh, we're at the home stretch. There's like one more major obstacle. It's not this cloudy boy who has an ether. It's this pile of werewolves that they just put here. And again, sleep is going to come to our rescue here. Here's a pile of werewolves. They're free. So instead of coming with us, because that would be stupid, considering we are on an airship in the middle of the sky, she gives us the pendant. And Julius can't resist but try to set us on fire. And that's concussion number 4. All that in the first 90 minutes of the game. Yep. It's not the biggest one, though. I still think the biggest one was the first one off the waterfall. That one should have been fatal. But remember when I said to remember Amanda? Well, she's here. And she robbed us. Where is it? Alright, so this is Minos. Amanda left the village earlier. Many chocobos. Chocobos in a mana game. Well, that's just forbidden. By the Wind Spear. It's pretty good. A little more powerful than the Silver Sword, but does not have the special properties. It's got its own properties. Lester's playing harp and jad. North end of the desert. It's kind of a different place than it is in Trials. Book of Ice is in the desert. Now we're going to need that Book of Ice. There are some switch puzzles that we have to make our own blocks for, and Ice does that. That's the spear. At max willpower, you throw it. Now, the first thing that I want to do is achieve Chocobo. Yeah, over here is the right side of the lake that we were just at. The airship didn't fly very far, fortunately. But we can't get any further than this, so we gotta keep going this way. And lo and behold, we've discovered egg. What are you? It's Chocobo. It thinks we're his mother. Now, if you ask Chocobo, this happens, and you are fast and invincible. Chocobo is therefore the best partner. Okay, but I want to kill off some of these enemies. Or treasure if we can get it. Found Fang. Excellent. So that is a drop we need to get the hint in order to what to do to know what to do next. And this is one that has... it's utterly brutal. It has stumped gamers for years. You've got a bag of rubies as well, which you can just sell. Alright, so we're looking for Jad. Which is not this way, I think it's left. Oh, it's a shop. Magic shop. Cool. Well, maybe it is this way. I always kind of forget how this desert's laid out. There's like one place that goes to the city and one place that goes to progress to the next area. But if you walk into that other area by accident, you black out and get poisoned. So that's less than good. Yeah, here we go. Now the city's completely silent. It's very eerie. Davius rules this town. I hate it. Davius' mother is Medusa. She's in a cave. It's by the oasis at the desert, but it's hard to find. Don't know how, but a boy knows how to get in. Well, that's good news. Davius can cast a spell to change people to animals. Alright, pieces are coming together. Cave of Oasis? Okay, here we go. I'll tell you, for a bag of Fang. Sure. Here's the clue. Palm trees and 8. Got it? Wow. Amazing clue. Such knowledge. That clue left gamers super stumped. They were writing into, Nintendo Power and anything else they could write into to try to figure out what that one was. What the, the meaning of it is. I need to buy, not sell. Hang on. Gold. That good gold equipment. Huge defense upgrade. Not quite enough to get it. Nah, I'll just kill a few more enemies and buy it. That's fine. I can stomach a tiny bit of grinding, but only a little. Davius' house. Let's visit and ask him why his town hasn't got any music. Ah, the poison gas appeared when the harp stopped. Just hate to see that. Oh. Well, he's got music. The same music as the last dungeon we were in. Better behave yourself in this town. Amanda? Oh yes, that girl. Went to the cave of Medusa. No one ever comes back. All it's missing is a more Can't really give you right now because I think my throat is still recovering from the 6-hour stream Sunday night into Monday morning. Alright, so let's go to the Cave of Medusa. Actually, let's kill some basilisks and scorpions first. They're worth a fair amount of cash. 2 screens worth should get us to that last piece of armor. It's the shield. Got all the 7 gil to my name. I guess it's Lucre in the mana games. Alright, now I gotta find the next dungeon. We know it's at the Oasis in the desert. We know that the clue to get in is palm trees and 8, but not this oasis. This is an oasis, not the oasis. That's also an oasis, but not the oasis. This is a shop. I don't know what they got. Oh no, it's an inn. Made an inn, sure. It's only 10G a night. Ah, here's the oasis. Alright, so we've had some time to think about palm trees and 8. What is the solution? How do we open up the cave? Well, it's this. You walk in a figure 8, sideways between the 2 trees. It's really dumb. That had people just absolutely stumped. I did not figure that out on my own as a kid. I had to read it in Nintendo Power, Game Pro, or something. Alright, so Amanda took our pendant, well, Pluji's pendant, give to Davius, try to exchange for the life of her brother, but instead, he was turned into a parrot. Alright, so we're gonna help her kill a Medusa, who's also Davius' mom. Didn't stop the Shadow Zero. Oh, it's very important to make the Medusa cry, yes. The Medusa raised a bad son. And that is Amanda's power. If you get turned into a statue, she can restore you. Need the silver sword to attack mummies. But I believe you can also set them on fire. Which is easier. You also drop flame spells. Now this cave, I'm not so sure of myself in. You have to get the Book of Ice first. Because I believe you need it to solve a puzzle. Now the Pack-a Lizard here is a big pain in future games. They can eat you and your other party members. Yeah, this is the room where you're supposed to farm for Maddox and keys if you run out. They put one in all of the dungeons. But they're not necessarily in the places where you need them. Ooh, I'm just about dead. Quit blocking, lizard. I'm gonna set these mummies on fire. Whew. A lot of free fireballs, though. That's nice. A little hard to fight the shadows. They can move unpredictably and become invisible. And I lost track of my character there. I thought I was Amanda. I like that she throws daggers like Grant Dynasty, though. Alright, easy. Just push the snowman. And now there's no snowman. So you need the ice spell to get through. I love this animation. It's just a sword going around him. Oh, he's totally stationary. Actually, no, I should use the items first. Alright, Book of Ice, where are you? Behind the locked door, maybe? That would make sense. But it's actually a free healing spring. Classically known as Free Heal Estate. Got any more of that flame? It's not. Yes, this is also the first dungeon where you can get hit by the stone status effect. Which is why Amanda heals it for you. It's also worth noting this game has a lot of dead ends. Aha! Magic Book of Ice. We learned it. Ice does this. Frosty's people. That's the terminology for turning them into a snowman, as used in Secret of Mana. Got frosted. Just need less movement. I guess my spells need to be a little bit stronger if I want to keep things held down longer. Let me just get one more of these and then we'll start getting power again. Now, the tricky thing with these snowmen is that Amanda might destroy them. So, there's a small element of luck involved. I do like that the Medusa has a nice, dining set here, where she eats people. That's always what the impression I got from that room is like it's the dinner table and those skeletons are the last people she ate. Instead of turning them to stone. Because turning them to stone, yeah, it's boring. How dangerous are you really if you don't eat people? Oh my god. I don't have a pure. I get wrecked by this Shadow Zero. An ether, that's nice. Don't mind if I do. And here we are. At the end of the dungeon. This will be your place to rest forever. You must die. So she's very similar to the vampire. But her actual movements are a little different. She can't get you with a glare, but if the snakes get you, you could be in trouble. It's best to just jam on that heal spell whenever you need it. Now, the unfortunate thing for Amanda, though, is that this Medusa just doesn't care. She has no feelings. She's mad. Mad Usa. What a joke. Can't find a drop of tears. But then, Uh-oh. Medusa bite. Now, mythologically that means absolutely nothing, but in these early Final Fantasy games, everybody knows the rules. If you get bit, you turn into one. So the only way to get the tears is for her to turn into a Medusa and cry. And the game actually makes you kill her. It's messed up. Willie's dead, Asim's dead, Amanda's dead, Bogard is presumed dead. It's the Bad Times Jamboree. So, I think the last thing that we will do tonight is vengeance. I think vengeance is appropriate in this situation. It's also a good stopping point right after this last dungeon. I would like to find the inn first, though. Let's see, items. What am I doing? I could maybe get one more Madoc. I should only need one more for, like, the rest of the game. Because I believe you get the Morning Star very shortly after this. I always forget exactly which dungeon it's in. Davies is gone. What a jerk. It's actually just called Amanda. Like, way to rub it in, game. Lester was released. I note he doesn't say that he killed her. Mystic Tune? Yeah. So his music has special powers, and apparently one of them was to open that door. Check this real fast. If you ask him, you can change your dungeon music. I'd like him to change it back, please. No, not that one. No, that's the overworld. Lester, please. Is it random? I think it's random. I'm pressing different directions. Yeah, I think it might be directional. Down is what got me this. So demons, I believe you also need the silver sword for. Sleep can hold them for a little bit. Helpful. And this is actually a place where I want to keep the crystal. And maybe use it. It's got black mages. They're a real pain. Can I sleep them? So even while they are sleeping, they can still just fling fireballs at you, which hurt. Like, massively hurt. They're basically Wizrobes. But they attack constantly, and they're really, really annoying. I hate them. Man, we lost a crystal. No. Oh no. Lester. Please. Lester. I just wanted to equip a silver sword. Oy. Surely, things will go better this time. Can hardly go worse. Ooh, we got some nice graphical corruption. What's all that then? What is that? Ah, there we go. One wizard. That's a lot better. Definitely gotta get rid of him. He's a real pain. I believe I'm going in circles. Oh no, I'm not. Okay. No, this is correct. Using a lot more magic. Ah, nice, couple crystals. These will, believe it or not, come in handy on the boss. I think the eyes also drop them. Let's see. I think I better take these guys out first. Yeah, sometimes the hitboxes are kind of funky, and you'll clank off them anyways. I believe their wings are damage immune. There we go. Puzzle does not quite make sense. I think it should work the other way. That the last tile you step on is the, which? Mouse. Oh. Yeah, normal level for beating this game is around, like, 42, something like that. So if you're trying to suss out how far we are in the game by level, about halfway. I think beating Davius is a good halfway point indicator. He's the first one to get a real good boss music, instead of just a good one. Did I get tricked? Have I been tricked? Oh no, okay. Yes, here we go. Good. And we should probably use the spear for this. Ha! You can never defeat me. He turns into a squid. The ranged attacks are the goal here. It is, there are a lot of projectiles to keep track of. But yeah, this is where you use the crystals to get more attacks off. Without having to wait. Because let's face it, you're not getting up there. You could try to reach, but it's probably not happening. Lester's a real help, though, since he's constantly firing arrows. There's a very good chance that Lester will get the kill. As long as you can just keep dodging, the fight's essentially unlosable, because Lester will eventually get him. But it'll take forever. It's fine, though. You get to listen to the rad battle music for as long as it takes. Nice! Okay, Lester got him. Good. We did it! The pendant is no longer here. Uh-oh. Garuda is flying over Mount Rocks to Glaive. Davius fell. Yeah, Lester and his Magikarp will clear out all of the poison gas for us. But we also get the Book of Mute. Mute's not as useful. It blocks projectiles, though, and it's useful against wizards, in particular, who have been the only thing to actually kill me so far in the game. So I will be happy to have it, and that's another reason why I got my magic stat up. North over the valley to the Mount Rocks. I like this song. Alright. And with that, I'm going to pick up my Chocobo and call it a night myself. Great. Well, that's about going to do it for me tonight. I need to come up with a good image for this segment. Game Boy is unbreakable. But I'm still thinking about what it might be. So we're just going to get text for now. And I'm thinking I will... I think I'll continue this tomorrow. Assuming I can speak. Might need to give my vocal cords a bit more of a rest. Yeah, this is one of my favorite Game Boy games. I think it's one of the best Game Boy games. A lot of Square's output for the Game Boy was excellent. This and the whole Final Fantasy Legends series, or the Saga games, but especially 2. Like, Saga 2 is very, very good. And I think this is very, very good. Yep, that's going to about do it for me tonight. Thanks for coming on out. Hope you enjoyed this game. I know I do. And Trials of Mana is getting here next week, so we'll probably play that as well. Alright, later.